Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the post-match review between Barcelona and Espanyol. And so in this match we did win 1-0, and like in every post-match review we are going to be talking about the first half and then the second half and then my overall feeling about this whole game, because I'm going to be very honest, I can't say too much about this match because not a lot went on in this match. And I want to start with the lineup first, because what we saw here in this lineup was almost the exact same lineup we did see against Villarreal. And it makes sense, right? It makes sense that Quique Setién wants to give out the same exact starting 11 he did have against Villarreal, because we did play well. And so again, it makes sense for Quique Setién to continue to try and redo that starting 11 against Espanyol, because if we do end up having the exact same results and we absolutely trash Espanyol 5-0 and Griezmann scores like a hat-trick and Messi has 2 assists, then we continue to use the exact same starting 11, right? It makes sense. And we also know that we are closely approaching the UCL, and so we have to find some sort and have like some type of idea on what our starting 11 should be going forward, especially going to that tournament. And I think that we are going to see something close to this starting 11 going into the UCL. Now, in this match, we won 1-0 against Espanyol, and we did gain 3 points. And we can finally say goodbye to Espanyol, which is a team that has not been so very nice to FC Barcelona and Piqué and Lionel Messi and Shakira and many other people associated with FC Barcelona. And so I know that it feels great for many Barcelona fans and maybe even Piqué that Espanyol will be going to the second division. But besides all of that, right, I know that it feels good. I think it's time to really focus on us, on FC Barcelona, because in this match we did not play extremely well. And even though this was the exact same starting 11 we did play against Villarreal, we did not show the exact same results. And so yes, we gained the 3 points, but that does not mean that Barcelona played the way they should have been playing. And in this first half, every player in the starting 11 almost had the exact same role that we did do against Villarreal. And we did see Griezmann play more central and have Luis Suarez shift more into the left. And again, this match was very underwhelming. And if you were to ask me, like, what was the highlight of the first half, the only highlight I could probably tell you was Setién controlling the ball when the ball did come out from the field, and the other highlight was when Griezmann gave that great pass to Luis Suarez, but Luis Suarez could not finish inside that box. And to be very honest, like, we really struggled to find solutions. Another pro that I could probably give out is that because Griezmann did play more central, we did see Griezmann become more creative. He was way more involved in all of the plays that Lionel Messi or Sergio Roberto or Rakitic or Semedo were trying to do, and so I'm happy that Griezmann is working well. We also seen that Espanyol came into this match playing with 5 defenders, and so because we were playing in very tight spaces, that only meant that Griezmann had to find and work well with Lionel Messi. And let me tell you guys this, I think that we are starting to see a great chemistry being built between Lionel Messi and Antoine Griezmann, because the way that I'm seeing Griezmann be more involved in these 1-2s with Lionel Messi and try to get through those tight spaces is really working out. Is the chemistry between Messi and Griezmann in its best version? No, it's not, but we are getting there. I'm starting to see Griezmann actually improve and become better and give more to FC Barcelona. But again, as a collective, for FC Barcelona, in that first half, we were unable to create big chances. And it was either because Jordi Alba cannot central the ball correctly, it was either because Sergio Roberto had horrible first touches, and another one could be because of Suarez's poor finishing. And I want to show you guys this graph right here, right? We can see here that in the first half, all of the players' average position, we can see that Griezmann is playing much more central compared to how he used to play like about 6 months ago. And we can also see that he's working very close with Lionel Messi, which makes a lot of sense, right? It does make sense that Messi and Griezmann want to work closely because, again, like I said before, they are working on those 1-2s and trying to work in those tight spaces. And so I love what I'm seeing here. And we can also see that Suarez is shifting his position more onto the left side. But the only problem that this is bringing is that Suarez is not able to set himself up well when Jordi Alba does give that cross, or when Sergio Roberto is looking to provide that through ball to Luis Suarez. And I think that this has a lot to do with Luis Suarez being unable to put himself in the right position. And there's a lot that goes on in order for you to put yourself in the right position. You have to be very athletic, very quick to react on how to position yourself in order to score those goals. But Luis Suarez has lost that touch. And because Luis Suarez was unable to do that, and even when he does get the ball, he was unable to finish, Messi and Griezmann were struggling to find those through passes when Luis Suarez was the only solution to get those goals in. And not only that, but Messi and Griezmann were struggling to work well with Luis Suarez. And if we look at the heat maps between Lionel Messi and Antoine Griezmann, we can see that Messi and Griezmann are working in the exact same position. Now, many might say, doesn't that mean that Griezmann and Messi might bump heads and get in the way of each other? Something that we have seen over the past 5 to 6 months. Yes, that could happen, but this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean by Messi and Griezmann working on something special, working on a duo that could actually make something and create those chances and create those goals. And so again, I'm very happy to see that Messi is able to adjust himself in order for Griezmann to produce these results. And so notice, like, throughout this whole video that I'm actually only talking about Messi and Griezmann is because that is the only highlight I can actually give you guys in the first half. Everything else, as a collective, we did not play well. And if we look at the final stats in the first half, we can see that Barcelona had 74% possession. And like every other game, Barcelona continues to have the exact same problem. How in the world is Espanyol going to have 26% possession, yet create more chances and have more big chances than FC Barcelona? And to me, this brought me into one conclusion, which is we need a player like Riqui Puig in this match. We needed someone like Riqui Puig to come in there, come in for Nelson Semedo, have Sergio Roberto come into the right back position, and then have Riqui Puig filter those passes, which would allow Lionel Messi and Griezmann to push forward in order to score those goals. But obviously, that was not the case. We did not see Quique Setién make that brilliant substitution. What we did see in the second half was Ansu Fati coming in for Nelson Semedo, and that could have been another great alternative. Having Ansu Fati come in for Nelson Semedo meant that Ansu Fati can't play on that left wing position, meaning that because Suarez was not able to work well being shifted into the left side, Ansu Fati can probably bring his pace and his take-ons on that left wing position and potentially score those goals. So that could have been another alternative, which made sense on Quique Setién's side. But what ended up happening 3 minutes later was that Ansu Fati was booked. He did get a red card, which means that we cannot say much about Ansu Fati and his performance in this match. And then later on, 3 minutes later, we did see Lozano get a red card, which means that we were playing 10v10. And then 3 minutes later, Luis Suarez scored the goal, which made us go 1-0 up. And this is why I say that the scoreline can sometimes be very deceiving. Because if we look at the final stats of Luis Suarez against Espanyol, he played a total of 82 minutes, scored 1 goal, had 29 touches, provided 0 key passes, and his possession lost was a total of 9. And he has 0 dribbles, meaning that Luis Suarez did not have his best game tonight. And even though he did score that goal that made us get these 3 points, Luis Suarez did not provide much for his other teammates. And that is what we need. We need a striker who can score those goals and provide more for his other teammates to make his teammates score those goals. This is a Luis Suarez that cannot show up for 90 minutes but then score a goal. This is a Luis Suarez that does not work well with others, mainly because he cannot keep up with the high tempo, or he can't do those 1-2s because he's not fast enough, because he's simply just not capable anymore. And that goal that he scored was actually a rebound. And time again, every season, as we continue to keep Luis Suarez, he continues to deteriorate. And it's okay for Luis Suarez to stay at FC Barcelona, but we need that striker that can start in every match and maybe have Luis Suarez come in later, maybe around the 70th or 80th minute. But Luis Suarez is not capable enough to play a full 90 minutes. And that's something that Quique Setién has to take note of. And I'm not going to go through this whole second half because there was simply not too much to talk about. Like I said before, it was very underwhelming. There's not really much that we can say, but I do want to question the subs that Quique Setién did make, because he did make one substitution that really made many Barcelona fans scratch their heads, and that was Vidal coming in for Antoine Griezmann. And why in the world would you want to take away Antoine Griezmann, a player who was actually working well with Lionel Messi? And the reason why that really boggled my mind is because the only reason why Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi's duo worked extremely well for a very long time is because in the beginning stages, Luis Suarez and Messi played every minute. And the same has to go for Antoine Griezmann and Lionel Messi. If you see something being built and you can see what it can become in the future, why are you taking away away the minutes of Lionel Messi and Antoine Griezmann. They need more playing time. They need more time on the pitch in order for them to produce something. And so overall, my feeling of this match is that Barcelona do have a lot of holes to fill. It was a extremely underwhelming match. I wish that we could see more, and I wish that I can tell you guys more, but there's really not much I can say. The only thing that I really did think should have happened was for Riqui Puig to actually come into this match. But let's hope that Riqui Puig does end up coming into the next match and actually provide something and give more solutions towards this FC Barcelona team. And so with this 1-0 scoreline against Espanyol, we did gain the 3 points. And if we look at the table here, we can see that we are 1 point behind Real Madrid, but Barcelona do have an extra game in hand. And with Madrid playing tomorrow, we will see if we continue to be 1 point behind Real Madrid, or they gain those 3 points and be 4 points above FC Barcelona. And so that'll be it for today's Barcelona post-match review. Again, I wish I could tell you guys more things, but not really much went on. So let me know what you guys think about this match. What do you think of the substitutions that Quique Setién made? Do you think that Barcelona played a great performance? And again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.